This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential non-fiction books, making learning a smarter experience. Good Inside by Dr. Becky Kennedy. You're raising humans, not puppets. Every parent thinks they have failed at some point. Maybe you yelled at your child or punished them with a timeout or grounding. Do you remember how unfair it felt when you were a child, thirsty for attention, and your parents criticized you for unfinished homework, foul language, or breaking house rules? You weren't happy with doing wrong things, but that's how you expressed your feelings and channeled your pain. Your children face similar problems. You push them away every time you prioritize their behavior over your relationships. You send them off to their room, thus leaving them alone when they need you most. As a parent, you get the privilege to choose your priorities. You can direct your child's behavior by pulling the available strings, or by raising an emotionally intelligent person who will know how to address their feelings and feel confident about their personality. Your child's behavior will matter less in the long run than your response to it. Are you eager to become the parent your children deserve? Follow through to reshape your relationships with kids, partners, and yourself by focusing on the good within you and by prioritizing feelings over behaviors, love over punishments, and understanding over persuading. You are not your parent. Everyone is good inside. Deep down, you know you, your partner, your children, and even your boss are kind. However, when your partner leaves the dishes unwashed again, or your child calls others names, you think, are they so terrible? You believe your partner intentionally forgot, or your child is rude and ungrateful, confusing behavior with their personality. Most fall into the trap of internal badness for two reasons. People notice and focus more on negativity rather than positivity. You are wired to concentrate on what needs improving, not what is already great. Your upbringing and your parents' influence determine your attitude toward your children. For example, if your parents didn't respect your boundaries or yelled, there is a high chance you'll make the same mistakes. You understand that such a reaction won't help educate kind and confident children, yet this is your default response. Usually, upbringing scenarios repeat through generations. Have thoughts like, "I'm just like my mom or dad," ever struck you when you're yelling or reprimanding your kids? Sometimes, we inherit our parents' habits along with their chin or eyelashes. However, abandoning or sticking with them is our choice. Everyone is good inside, but we all struggle differently. And if your child has behavioral issues, it's because they're having a hard time, not because you're raising a criminal. So if your child asks you to take the newborn sibling back to the hospital, it's not a reason to punish them. It signals that they are worried you don't love them anymore. Don't blame your parents for their mistakes. Learn from them to avoid similar ones. When you teach your children to believe they are good inside, you create a safe environment for them to express their emotions and make mistakes without thinking they are bad. It doesn't mean letting your children do whatever they want. It focuses on which unmet needs provoke such behavior and addresses their internal state rather than measuring their goodness. Did you know? A heartwarming video on YouTube called "Interview for World's Toughest Job" pictures how demanding and challenging a parent's job is. Watch it whenever you feel low. Win the war by avoiding the battle. Every argument is similar to a battle. Unfortunately, the joy of victory doesn't last long because the aftermath can destroy any relationship. The reason is that few people realize that there is never one truth. So, if your strategy in a fight is to convince, you're setting yourself up for failure. Yes, you may persuade your child through some arguments or with the ultimate relationship breaker, because I said so. But what will your kids see? A parent who doesn't understand their feelings or ignores their needs. When there are two people in a room, there are also two sets of feelings, thoughts, needs, and perspectives. Any story has two or more sides. Before jumping to assumptions, you must understand all. If you listen to understand rather than to respond, you'll show your partner or child that you love, see, and hear them. They will feel your support and strive to see your side instead of counterattacking. As a parent, you have more power and responsibility. You may outwit or convince your child of your rightness, but then you will also demonstrate that their emotions aren't valid, their truth is unimportant, and their words are lies. Feeling unseen and unheard makes people feel lonely. even in a seemingly loving relationship. The two things are true approach doesn't suggest complying with destructive behaviors. It motivates you to address your child's actions and validates their feelings and reasons. For instance, if you ask your child to do their homework before playing on the computer, but they throw a tantrum, you must calmly talk to them, permit their emotions, and offer an alternative solution. But do not comply with their demands. The diversity of truths benefits you as a parent. You can be kind and loving with your children, but yell at them sometimes, or be thankful for everything, but feel jealous about your friend who can afford a babysitter. Recognizing and accepting endless truths about yourself and others will make you feel happier, more peaceful, and more optimistic. You are your child's parent, not friend. Everyone must adhere to their roles in a family. While parents provide boundaries to protect their children, kids experience this world through emotions. You cannot impose your child's feelings on them, just as they cannot do whatever they want. So even though your child's happiness is critical, their physiological and psychological health are top priorities. Boundaries are not what we tell kids not to do. Boundaries are what we tell kids we will do. Healthy boundaries help regulate children's emotions. It's never easy or pleasant because nobody likes to follow the rules. However, the inability to control their feelings sometimes pushes children to hurt others. Sometimes you must contain their bodies, like holding their wrist when they want to hit someone or taking them off the counter before they jump. For example, if a child throws toys at their sibling, you must remove the items from their reach. Strict boundaries reflect the authority your child may not like because in such moments you stop being their friend. It's okay. Your task is to protect, not please. Your child needs permission to be who they are, not to do what they want. The next step is to provide validation and empathy, thus showing your children that you respect their feelings. For example, after setting boundaries, say, "You shouldn't hit your sister. I can see that you're upset because she destroyed your Lego construction. It's hard to have a younger sibling. What if I help you to build it again?" Children cannot understand what they feel and how they can change it. Therefore, they want someone calm to help them out. Even adults feel this way sometimes. Imagine that you come home after a terrible day at work and dump it all on your partner. If they get reactive, you will start a fight. But what if they see your emotions, come closer, and contain your body through a hug? They will recognize your feelings and help you go through them with empathy. This way, they will save you from the emotional storm. A good inside person starts with self-care. Caring for yourself is challenging when you have children. How can you find free time amidst endless to-do lists and toys on the living room floor? An evening run or a catch-up with friends feels like a betrayal when your children cling to your legs or blame you for not spending time with them. Guilt will ruin the satisfaction, even if you move forward with your plans. Your relationships with your children will mirror your relationship with yourself. Remember, you are the example your children will follow. How will they care for themselves in the future if you never did? So break the pattern and show that parenthood is not self-sacrifice to diapers and homework. It's growing and learning while helping another person do the same. You can start with the following steps. Breathe it out. Diaphragmatic or belly breathing helps regulate negative emotions. It's a rest and restore switch to feel calmer and safer. Never run. Escaping or pushing your feelings down will turn you into a bomb with a countdown. You can tackle your uncomfortable feelings with these steps. 1. Acknowledge. Name your emotions. Say, "I feel frustrated because it was a hard day." 2. Validate. Respect the reasons for feeling this way. Tell yourself, "I have problems at work and my younger child is sick again. I don't get enough sleep. How could I possibly feel better?" 3. Permit. Say, "In my situation, everyone would feel the same. It's okay, and I'm allowed to have these emotions." Life is not always rainbows and butterflies. Allow your needs to be inconvenient for others. Your partner may not like you going out tonight instead of cooking dinner, or your children may get irritated that you want to watch Miss Congeniality instead of Transformers. And that's okay. Let them feel what they feel while you care for your needs. Start slow. If meeting your needs feels uncomfortable, practice little rituals like a 2-minute meditation, a few pages of a book, or journaling. Let yourself fail. When faced with challenges, Treat yourself with the love and kindness you show your kids, building bridges and breaking walls. Problems with children's behavior usually originate in the connection with their parents. Kids protest if the lack of understanding, compassion, and care weakens the bond. The pain pushes even the kindest to attack. So instead of punishing your child for inappropriate language or aggressiveness, think about whether they need your attention, love, and care. Parenting means always reading between the lines. You can focus on building a relationship with your kids in the following ways. See their behavior as a window to their inner state. Avoid reacting to big words or actions. Instead, strive to see the immense feelings within them. Every "I hate you" is a wall your child builds because they feel lonely and hurt. Reduce their shame. This feeling can be devastating, even when a child grows up because they hide and reject a part of themselves, feeling it's terrible, inappropriate, or unnatural. Tell the truth. Never make a child doubt their observations by saying, "No, you just imagined it," or "It's not a big deal." Later, it may push them to doubt their reasons and judgments. Answer their questions. Sometimes, "Where do babies come from?" can strike you like a flash. However, pay attention to their inquiries even if they make you uncomfortable. Introduce the play no phone strategy. The PNP technique is a consistent short break that is essential in our age. Tell your child you will leave your phone and dedicate 10 minutes of undivided attention to their preferred activity. Ask them what they want to do and follow through with their choice. PNP also means no distractions, siblings, screens, or tasks. Sit on the bench with them. Challenging moments have the most tremendous potential for connection. When your child misbehaves, set boundaries, but don't leave them alone by sending them to an imaginary punishment bench in their room. Sit with them. Help them share their life and emotions by showing that you are there for them. This way they will feel heard, not dismissed. Enhance playfulness. Create a family talent show, dance parties, or a movie night to have fun, and fill the positive connection bucket. Know your plans A, B, and C. Being an excellent parent doesn't always mean being prepared. On the contrary, some situations and behaviors may require a few deep breaths or even a time-out to calm down. Knowing and controlling your reactions is challenging. However, knowing your options before the situation happens makes you more likely to respond effectively. Check out some of the common challenges parents face and solutions to them. Enter your child's world before asking for a favor in yours. What can you do when your child is not listening? Connect before you ask. If you want to ask them to clean up their room, first notice and acknowledge what they are doing now. Show them that you care and understand that stopping what they are doing may be hard for them. It will help them feel heard, and they will return the favor. Give them a choice. Say, "Will you clean up after a shower or now?" Having alternatives helps them feel power, trust, and responsibility. Use humor so they feel curious, not enforced. Try the close your eyes strategy. This T-Rick enhances trust and playfulness. Say, "What if I close my eyes and you already put on your sneakers and coat to go outside?" If it happened, I would sing Rapunzel songs or jump in a circle like a bunny. How can you manage tantrums? 1. Avoid self-loathing when it happens. 2. Remember that 2 things are true. 3. Name their wish. 4. Validate the intensity of their feelings. 5. Wait it out. What do you do when they are rude or defiant? 1. See the feelings behind those words. 2. Set a boundary by letting them know they cannot behave this way. 3. Recognize their feelings verbally. Finally, what are the steps to building healthy eating habits? Remember, you are responsible for what, when, and where your child eats, but eating or not, and how much is entirely their choice. Serve a dessert with the main course. Let it be small so the child doesn't fill up with it. Requiring to eat something before dessert makes children feel they must work to deserve it, leading to an unhealthy attitude towards sweets. Communicating with your children is like learning a new language. The parent's job is to decode the message through their child's emotions and behavior, even if they speak through fists and screams. However, when you confuse their behavior with their nature, the task gets more complex. Believing that you and your child are good inside is the principle for changing the destructive patterns that run through generations. It allows you to see the child's whole personality and raise an individual who can name, recognize, and regulate their feelings. When life gets hard, remember that the circle of good inside parenting starts with you, and it is all that matters. Do this. Practice the good inside mantra whenever you face a challenge in parenting. Have child-free time for yourself regularly. Share your struggles with people you trust. Note and analyze your parenting progress in a journal.